Hi there. So, you are a person who would like to study a new language, which is great. But in order to start learning a language, it comes with a lot of important questions and things to take care of and consider first. And that's where this video is about. Two things to think about prior to, well, starting. And imagine this is you, okay? And the first question you have to ask yourself is about time. And time about how much time can I actually dedicate to it, not only per day, but also over a longer period of time. Because learning a language you will not be able to accomplish in just a few days or a few weeks. And all those apps that are promising that, lies, total lies. But let's get back to the time part. Now, you have, of course, something to gain and things that you're gonna lose. Now, what do you gain? Well, 24 hours. Mother Nature says every person around the world has 24 hours a day. Okay. But what does it cost you? Well, you probably would like to have 8 hours of sleep. And you also probably would like to have 8 hours for cooking, which could be something like breakfast, lunch, dinner, all that kind of stuff. Then probably you also have work or school. Let's say that's another 9 hours of study or work. Maybe not, but let's say. And these are just the core principles. I can add chores to it and maybe have travel time and other obligations, which might be true, but let's say it's this. Then already here, let's calculate. So 2 and 8 is 10 hours already gone. This comes on top of it, 9 hours. So just with this left, 19 minus 24, you guessed it, it's just 5 hours per day. Now that sounds still like a lot, like, whoa, 5 hours per day, whew, that's a lot. But believe me, I think there's much more on this list that comes with it. So this is something you need to be aware of first. Like, take care of your obligations first and all the things part, and then see how much time you have left. But now comes the bigger question. For how long? Let me do it this way. For how long can you do that? And can you do it for 1 week? For 1 month? 1 year? In order to even get remotely close to comfortably learning a language, you are probably 2 years needing in time in order to do that. 2 years of every day, at least an hour or so, at the bare minimum. And if you're gonna calculate that, like, okay, 2 years, 1 year is 365 days, so 2 years is somewhere around 730. So you have to do, let's say, 2 hours a day, 730 times 2 hours. You would already get almost 1,500 hours that you have to spend on this in order to be comfortable in getting the language done. One moment. There we go. So with that said, you're like, okay, you really have to think about how to go about this. So this is the first thing to take into consideration. Now, let me wipe the board clean, because let's talk about how could you get that time you would be able to get that time by something that is called, is this one also empty? Probably this one is also empty. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. With something else called delegation. Delegation means that you're not gonna do it, but somebody else is gonna do it. Now, for what does delegation work? Well, it works, for example, for chores. Cooking, for example, is a chore. And when you study, you can't do much else. So if you are living in a household where somebody else would be able to do your chores, that could free up some of your time. Another thing, and this is in particular true for work, is if you can make it remote. If you can find a way that you can work from home and you do not have the travel time, absolutely do this. Highly recommend it, saves you a lot of time. What else do we have? Oh yeah, another thing for yourself is, of course, cut obligations. So if there are things that you do but you don't like to do, you just say, you know what, I'm gonna stop with this, I'm not gonna do it. Because those obligations, if you don't necessarily have to do it, it's just like more of a moral thing, like I do it because I find somebody pity or something like that. Cutting obligations can be a huge time saver, so I highly recommend that as well. All kinds of distractions is something to think about. You love to do gaming, can't be done at that time. You love to binge watch on Netflix, don't do it, can't be done at that time. So these are the things, all the aspects that you can do and you must actually do to in order to find somewhere suitable time to start practicing comfortably for a long period of time. If you don't do any of this so far, it's not gonna happen. So I keep it for now at this part, just about the time part. In the next video, I'm gonna talk about the capacity part. So stick around for that. Thank you for watching.